morning, good afternoon, or good evening. My name is Alfredo Soeiro from the University of Porto, and I will present this part 3 of the video of the second module on how to adapt your strategy about online community management. This particular video is about a topic that it's related to the changes you have to make in your online community management strategy according to the interpretation of the indicators that were mentioned in the previous video, part 2. And how do you process the changes? How do you act to improve your online community strategy? One of the ways is, as mentioned before, is that you have to compare the results of the indicators with the predefined values that you have when you did the planning and you define your strategy, or with values that are common around the environment of museum online community management. You can compare these values with your own predefined values or with the average, for instance, of other online communities about museums and their interests. So these are most of the times possible to obtain, and you can compare with them. The other aspect that will help you define the changes to improve your own online community management is to analyze the causes for the differences that you found. What were the reasons why you didn't reach your targets or you overpassed your targets? I don't know. It depends on the evaluation, but it is fundamental to understand what happened. And of course, when you understand what happened, you can define the adjustments to improve these indicators. And without the measurement, that's why in the first video, this famous phrase that you cannot improve what you cannot measure. If you measure and if you interpret the measurements and if you know what were the reasons for the measurements to be different from what you were expecting, you can probably adjust and adapt your strategy and your tools and your actions to have better results concerning the indicators. One of the things that is recommended when you perform these changes is to have, if possible, sometimes it's not possible, but if it is possible, perform a trial change of the process. You select a pilot group, let's say a reduced and restricted group, where you can test the adjustment and verify if what you're thinking about are effective and useful. So one of the advices is that don't change without an idea of what you'll be doing is effective or not. Now, another way to define your changes is to analyze the competition. Here, competition comes with the indication that you analyze other museums or other online community about museums that are addressing the same topics or similar topics, and you can see if they are different from yours, and you can also define the changes that may be beneficial for your indicators. Another one that it's very important is that if the indicators really reflect what is happening, and sometimes indicators are not reflecting reality. I give you one example. When you do the surveys, sometimes if these surveys are too long, people tend to respond anything. They don't respond to the specific questions. So be careful with this too. Also, plan the changes with necessary training. You need to have people that are capable and competent to implement the changes. Sometimes you should hire or contact external consultancy. You don't know everything, so it may be useful to consult and to hire external consultancy and services. And if it's not useful for the community, just forget the indicator. So that also happens because it may not reflect the reality, so you just eliminate it. Thank you for your attention.